Furniture Room. Did you know our specialty is custom ordered upholstery? Get the furniture you want in the fabric and color selection you want. With our free design service, we won't let you make a mistake.
Mississippi's trusted weather experts. This is Mississippi Live Weather at 10.
Well, good evening and welcome to Mississippi Live Weather at 10. Happy March, and I hope all of y'all have enjoyed what has been a beautiful weekend across North Mississippi. I'm meteorologist Caleb Edelblut here to let you know what to expect as we wrap up the last few hours of our Sunday and get ready for the work week ahead. So let's hop right into this broadcast so you're best prepared by tomorrow morning. We're going to see somewhat of a rainy Monday tomorrow. And you're like, well, what gives? Why is it somewhat? It's either rainy or it's not. Well, it depends where you are. We're going to be talking about some sprinkles and some light showers moving through North Mississippi, but most of us will stay dry. I'm going to be letting you know who it is that will be getting those rain chances later on in this forecast. Then March, it's bringing the warmer weather. I know today's the first day of March, but for the rest of the work week and pretty much for a while now, we're going to see those above average conditions pretty much linger in our forecast. It's going to be toasty. Feels like we almost skipped a season and we're just out of March already and enjoying spring and early summer weather. So keep those short sleeves and rotations because it's just going to be a toasty forecast for the next few days. And we're also tracking a more active pattern later on in the work week. We're talking about these rain chances Monday and these sprinkles Wednesday. But once we get towards the last part of the work week and into next weekend, we could be talking about some thunderstorms and some stronger systems trying to make their way into North Mississippi. We'll be covering the latest on that and, of course, every broadcast as well leading up to it. But let's focus on the first 12 as we wrap up our weekend, get ready for our work week tomorrow. Another mild overnight period is in store. We're already about to be pretty much in the upper 50s by 11 o'clock later on tonight and slowly cooling off. We're not going much further besides the mid 50s later on tonight, keeping that cloud cover constant. And then by the time we wake up tomorrow, here we go with those rain chances. Only 10%, and that's because most of us are going to see a dry start to our day and pretty much just a dry day in general. But a few of us, we're going to see those rain chances. Don't worry, I promise I'm going to let you know who that is soon. But by 8 o'clock, starting off the day pretty much in the mid to upper 50s, so it's partly cloudy skies above. That's going to stay pretty consistent all day long tomorrow. So let's take some live looks across North Mississippi. Here's this beautiful sky cam showing off that church in the distance down there in Kosciuszko. 59 degrees, feels like 59. No wind out there, not really affecting the temperature, so still beautiful tonight. If you have any last-minute outdoor plans, even somebody driving home or maybe to those destination plans. But right now, we're enjoying beautiful conditions as we wrap up our weekend. Same thing out here in Cleveland, a little bit more warm, 68 degrees. I swear, I don't think these feels like values are accurate. It is definitely not feeling like 77 out there, so let's ignore that. We do see some southerly winds coming in around 9 miles per hour, so still a beautiful evening. I want to check our current temperatures graphics to see if that's verifying. That's a little bit too toasty for the 10 o'clock hour tonight. But regardless, beautiful forecast ahead as we wrap up our evening. Same thing out here in Alcorn. This is pretty much 61 degrees, feels like 61 just south of Corinth and Alcorn County. So a beautiful conditions continue to be the story as we wrap up our weekend and get ready for our Monday morning tomorrow. Now take a look at our Mama Justice Doppler radar. We're seeing a lot more green. Now notice this is all that clear air mode, not precipitation, where we could see maybe a sprinkle or two. It's out there actually in Memphis and pretty much just in that area, maybe even crossing the state line into DeSoto County. We could be seeing a few sprinkles overnight, but that's about it. We're not tracking anything heavy overnight or pretty much anything heavy tomorrow either. Just going to be some stray showers, and this is kind of getting into what I'm talking about with those rain chances tomorrow. For those that are expecting rain chances, well, it's not going to be a lot of us. Let's actually, I thought it was going to let me pick my color. Oh, is it going to let me draw? I might have to wait on the next one. We'll wait on the next one, but I'll talk about those rain chances and kind of when we can expect them. Right now, most of us continue to stay dry here in North Mississippi. Let's take a look at kind of what's influencing our weather across the country. Right now here in North Mississippi, we're not really experiencing any weather makers. Now, one thing I do want to note is we do have a stationary front, not really popping up on this. There are stationary fronts. This is a cold front that moved through this weekend. This blue and red alternating line, that's what we call a stationary front. It doesn't really move much. You can see it just barely shifting pretty much just barely. It only shifts a few miles every so often, so just kind of stays stationary in one spot, and that's kind of keeping those rain chances out of North Mississippi. There's a stationary front pretty much just along the Mississippi-Tennessee state line, and those north of it, you're seeing a lot more of those rain chances. Pretty much south, not really going to see much of it, and that definitely not going to be as heavy. So a few sprinkles can try to cross the state line and affect us. We could see some light showers tomorrow morning, but not many of us will see that as we go about our day. So let me show you what I'm talking about. Those rain chances that I keep talking about, let me show you kind of who can expect those rain chances later on tonight and into tomorrow morning. As we go throughout the overnight period, we're enjoying a dry, mild overnight as we get ready for our Monday morning. Take a look at those showers as we start off the day. This model kind of being a little bit too aggressive, digging down a little bit too far south in my opinion, but pretty much those just south of the Tennessee state line, you could see a soggy start to your Monday and almost just a soggy Monday period. Those showers trying to linger, they're pretty much staying stationary right on top of y'all as those showers kind of keep moving on through North Mississippi. It's going to be affecting those most northern portions of our viewing area just south of the Tennessee state line, but for everybody pretty much along Highway 6 and south, we're going to see dry conditions and enjoy a dry Monday tomorrow. So consider yourself lucky if you see those rain chances. Not many of us will see them at all. But taking a look at the next 24, we're talking about exactly that. Mostly dry conditions across Mississippi. Mid-50s by 6 o'clock, quickly warming up towards the low 70s by lunchtime. There's those 10% rain chances as only a very few of us will be affected by some sprinkles, light showers moving through our area. Then a drier evening is in store as we will slowly cool off. We're still in the low 60s by 9 o'clock tomorrow evening. Still probably going to be there during that 10 o'clock broadcast as well. So if that doesn't show how mild and how warm we're going to be, well, I don't know what will. Well, actually, once you see those highs for tomorrow, definitely going to show how toasty it's going to be. But don't go anywhere. We're going to be talking about those highs tomorrow, even into your Tuesday, that warming trend, and also those rain chances that are trying to stick around Monday and what they look like later on this work week and into next weekend. All of that's coming up right after this break.
The 9th Annual World of Customs Indoor Car Show, Friday through Sunday, February 27th through March 1st in Tupelo Furniture Market, Building 5. Custom cars, trucks, and bikes from across the nation. With adult admission, you'll get a ticket for a chance to win a Yukon Toolbox to be given away Sunday. Donated by Advanced Heating and Air Conditioning. A free garage floor from Bo's Best Epoxy Flooring. The World of Customs Car Show, February 27th through March 1st in Tupelo Furniture Market, Building 5. Partially funded by Visit Mississippi and Tupelo Visitors Bureau.
1 in 10 kids vape. Each vape pod can contain the same amount of nicotine as a pack of cigarettes.
The Health Class Film Guy isn't the best person to talk to your kid about vaping.
Got a few minutes?
You are. Talk to your child about vaping today.
I know you're going through a lot. I wonder if you know that we can get help. Let's see how far we can go. Love, your mind.
Right now, from the Room to Room Weather Center, here's meteorologist Caleb Edelblut.
Well, thanks for sticking here with us for Mississippi Live Weather at 10. I was reading the comments between breaks, and I think Missy Jackson summed up today perfectly. She said, it's been a beautiful spring day this winter, or this winter day. So could not have explained it any better. It does not feel like winter outdoors, and unfortunately, it's not going to feel like that for a while. But for those who love the warmer weather like me, I'm not going to complain one bit. I am a fan of this forecast. And also what I'm a fan of is starting off this segment with some Weather Watchers pictures. Very excited to click on our tab and see some pictures were submitted. This was sent in by Abigail out there in Jumpertown, showcasing that sunset off in the distance, seeing that pink hue as the sun rays continue to decline and go below the horizon. So appreciate Abigail for sending that in from Jumpertown this evening. We have another one, I believe, sent in by Lee in Lee County. I know this was taken in the northern portions of Lee County, but pretty sure it was also Lee that sent it in. So another beautiful beautiful picture of the sunset occurring tonight, kind of seeing some of those sun rays shining through the clouds as well as that sun continues to set in the distance. So I appreciate you guys sending in those pictures. Continue to do so. I know Gabe loves his Weather Watchers pictures as well, so let's surprise him and send him some to broadcast tomorrow. My favorite parts of these broadcasts. But let's come back to those current conditions right now. This is out here in Tupelo, 57 degrees, feels like 57. So there we go with those temperatures, feels like values. There's no way it is feeling like 77 out there in Cleveland. So might be just a camera, one of the data bases thing. I'm blanking on my words right now. Y'all know what I mean, but not kind of bringing in the right information. But out here in Tupelo, beautiful conditions, not really seeing much of that wind affect us. And that dew point starting to rise just a little bit, around 47 degrees. But if you were here during the 6 o'clock, we're talking about how that dew point value is going to continue to rise as we continue into the work week ahead. With that, see those rain chances increase, but also going to feel pretty muggy towards the later parts of our work week. But Futurecast for this evening, going to show pretty much mostly dry conditions across North Mississippi. Some of that cloud cover starting to break just a little bit, but we're going to see it quickly start to return later on tonight and stick around with those partly cloudy conditions. We're staying dry all night long until the early morning hours. This is where we start to see those rain chances make their way back into North Mississippi and pretty much just affecting those along the Tennessee state line and south. If you're north of Highway 6, you're going to see those rain chances pretty much south of Highway 6. You're seeing, honestly, a clear start to your day, but a dry start as well. So not everyone's going to see those rain chances tomorrow. We're not tracking anything heavy, just some light showers moving on through, maybe a sprinkle here or two, but that's about it. So keep those rain jacket and umbrellas handy. Might need them, especially the further north you are, but should be a mostly dry period tomorrow. Now those low temperatures, like I was mentioning earlier, we're not really cooling off much tonight. We're pretty much settling out in the mid 50s for our lows. Our normal should be around the low 40s, 41 up there in the top left of your screen. Nowhere near are we towards the low 40s, so just showing how mild and above average this forecast continues to be. And with it being Sunday night, got to put in that school day planner so y'all are best prepared to drop off the kids and pick them up tomorrow. Going to be a mild day all the way around, mid 50s by drop off, already warming up towards 70s by lunch, and by the time they are getting out of school, going to be in the mid to upper 70s. Another toasty day tomorrow afternoon, but definitely going to be beautiful. Now this model, a little bit being too aggressive in my opinion with those rain showers, but notice the common theme is that the further north you go in North Mississippi, the better your odds are of seeing those rain chances. Now again, not tracking anything severe or intense. These are just going to be rain showers moving through North Mississippi, pretty much still just north of Highway 6. But as we continue into those afternoon hours and lunchtime, starting to become a little bit more isolated and starting to dissipate as well. Clearer conditions down south, more partly cloudy, mostly cloudy conditions further north. And as we continue into those afternoon hours, those rain showers are going to continue moving on out as well. Notice very light green, not tracking anything heavy or intense, even by that 6, 7, 8 o'clock range. We're talking about just light showers, the lightest green shade on our color scheme. So not too much confidence with those showers, especially later on tomorrow evening, but I do envision a few stray showers kind of mingling into the forecast tomorrow morning. Of course, our morning meteorologist, Maggie McCauley, will have a fresh batch of data letting you know what to expect as you get ready for your Monday tomorrow. Now, I can confirm that it will be a toasty day as you walk out of the door tomorrow and pretty much into those afternoon hours. Upper 70s is in the forecast tomorrow. We're on the cusp of low 80s, especially 79 out there in the Golden Triangle region, 80 out there in Grenada. Y'all are already getting a head start of what will be a toasty work week. 73 in Holly Springs and 72 out there in South Haven, and it's going to feel exactly like that outdoors. So keep those shorts, those short sleeves and the rotations all week long, because we're not going to experience a cold snap anytime soon. It's going to be like this all week long and get even warmer. So I know we have a school day tomorrow, but hey, by the afternoon hours, if you have a break from work, want to take the kids to the park after school, go ahead. It will be a beautiful day to do so. Mid 50s by the early morning hours, not envisioning many of us waking up early to do that tomorrow morning for a school day and a work night. But low 70s by lunchtime, mid to upper 70s by the afternoon hours. And then even in the evening, if you just want to go outside, enjoy some time out there, will be a beautiful day in the mid 60s. Now coming back to Futurecast, we can start to see some of those clearer conditions continuing to stay constant down south. Further north you go, still see that cloud cover, but a much drier forecast in this model run. I can agree with this as we wrap up our Monday. Take a look at that warm front continuing to move on through Arkansas, bring that southerly motion, and with that, bringing in that moisture as well. Much cloudier start to your day Tuesday. This is around 8 a.m. and I'm just still not a fan of this model whatsoever. I'm envisioning Tuesday to be our driest day of the work week, and these models just continue trying to put rain chances everywhere across North Mississippi. I'm just ignoring these right now. Again, these are the lightest shades of green. Could be a sprinkle or two if they make it all the way to the surface, but still a dry Tuesday mornings in the forecast. I'm expecting just a dry day all the way around, but if this so happens to verify, we could see those rain chances pretty much along Highway 45 throughout the Tuesday afternoon hours. This is around lunchtime, continuing into those afternoon and evening hours. And by then, I can finally start agreeing with this, starting to see those mostly clear conditions and, more importantly, drier conditions Tuesday afternoon. I'm envisioning this almost all day long, but of course, with how messy these models have been this weekend, it could go both ways. I'm just expecting dry conditions throughout your Tuesday. So let's cross our fingers and hope that that can continue to verify. But even into the overnight period, I'm expecting those dry conditions to persist. Wednesday, that's where we start to see the shift in that weather pattern and where some more rainfall starts to make its way through. Tuesday, not expecting that day to be the day where we start to really see it. Now those high temperatures for your Tuesday, a lot warmer, starting to increase just bit by bit as we go about our work week. Upper 70s yet again, but now we're seeing those low 80s start to creep in as well. 80 out there in Water Valley, 81 in Grenada and Greenwood, 80 in Belzona, but 78 out there in Tunica and South Haven, Holly Springs, 76 Corinth, and 77 out there in Tupelo. So going to be warmer throughout your Tuesday. Thankfully, those feels like values matching, not really elevating us. We're definitely not in those summertime months where we're worrying about all that humidity and just heat indices out there. So still going to be a warm, toasty day, but based off everything I've read in the comments, I think we're all going to enjoy some warmer weather as compared to those frigid conditions we were talking about last weekend. Now that 7-day forecast is going to show a whole different story compared to the weekend we were talking about those frigid conditions last weekend. We're talking about warm and just a busy weather pattern as we get into our work week. Mid to upper 70s for your highs tomorrow, warming up towards the upper 70s Tuesday. And pretty much for the rest of the work week, we just continue stepping up slightly day by day, seeing those warmer conditions. And Wednesday and on, we're going to see a much busier forecast period with those rain chances kind of coming back into the forecast and lingering. That goes Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, but Saturday and Sunday, in my opinion, are going to be the days to watch very closely. Friday too, just because that percentage keeps it kind of flip-flopping with every model run. So expecting to see that continue to change as we get closer towards next weekend, but could be tracking some heavier showers and possibly some thunderstorms with some stronger active weather making its way towards North Mississippi. So those are going to be the days to watch as we get ready to wrap up a work week. But unfortunately, it is Sunday night. We have a full work week ahead of us until we can get towards next weekend. So I want to catch up on the comments really quick before we wrap up this broadcast. Looks like y'all are also a fan of sending in those pictures. So pictures are beautiful. Thanks for sending them in. Well, thank you so much, Patty, for saying that. I love y'all's pictures. So continue sending them in. And remember, surprise Gabe tomorrow. I know he loves those Weather Watchers pictures. So hopefully he'll have a few to broadcast throughout his shift tomorrow. But of course, thanks you for so much for tuning in. Here's the QR code to both our iOS and Android app. We appreciate all the support you have given us. Scanning that QR code will take you right to the App Store, whether you have iOS or Android. And we appreciate everything that you have let us know, what works with the app and what doesn't, and also any bugs we have, because we want to make sure that is fixed as fast as possible for all you guys out there. And of course, with it being Sunday night, we're back to that work week schedule. Our morning meteorologist, Maggie McCauley, will be live bright and early tomorrow morning at 6:30, 7, and 7:30. Well, she'll be letting you know who will see a soggy start to the day and who's going to stay dry all day long. That continues to be the million-dollar question for us as we start off our work week. I'm thankfully team dry, especially with me being down in the Golden Triangle region, hoping to see that continue to verify. But I hope y'all have had a fantastic evening and a fantastic weekend. We'll see y'all back here in the Room to Room Weather Center tomorrow.
Again, these will not be tornado-producing thunderstorms. These are kind of high-base storms, so they're hail producers, hail threat. Probable that we've been dropping some large hail, probably in excess of an inch inside.
And of course, we will keep eyes on that as well. Now, this is looking more towards the south and west.
That is 65 dBz. This is golf ball size hail, easily.
This is in downtown Tupelo right now. Folks are driving very cautiously because of the heavy downpour.
This is looking the same way that Ethan's looking at there. So this is the backside of that thunderstorm. Still a decent amount of hail aloft in that.
So this is probably the front of it as it continues moving through that Boeing segment.
It's a large output of large hail in the Dumas area, and that was one of our more notable storms.
We've had some hailstones out here in the last few minutes, north side of Tupelo. So we have had some power disruptions from this coming through at the highest end 3+ inches.